Hi, I'm Joe, the Alternative Gamer. This is the Star Wars Rogue One spoiler discussion video. I didn't want to spoil all the good bits in my review, so I just wanted to kind of touch on them here. One cool thing that I didn't expect when I was going to the movie is they brought back, I think his name is like Grand Admiral Tarkin. I believe that actor has passed away. From what I saw with the movie, I haven't done any prior research to this, so don't hold me to it, but I think they used a really convincing voice actor to really mimic his voices and mannerisms, and they used like a real person's body and they CGI'd his head on. At first I was just kind of shocked because I was like, holy crap, this looks really good. I mean, you can tell it's CGI, but it's not as obvious as if you've seen Tron Legacy. And in the movie, they have two different Jeff Bridges going on. They have the real Jeff Bridges, and then they have Clue, kind of the digital program version of him. And in that movie, it's obvious that it's like a Polar Express CGI type head on top of Jeff Bridges. And here you have like, it is a CGI head, but it threw me. Just like the detail in the face and the mannerisms and everything. I mean, it looked like a real head. You could still tell it's kind of CGI, but it was just some really good CGI effects. And they kind of use the same thing towards the end of the movie. There's a quick shot of Princess Leia. They use the same effects with her, and they're really good. And it's really quick. That's the other thing too, is they don't like stay on the faces for too long. So you're kind of like, oh, is this real? Is it not real kind of a thing? I thought that stuff was really cool. I also thought too that basically leading up to the final suicide mission to get the Death Star plans, there's a lot of really fun, like cool little character moments and action scenes to build it up. And I think those are great to have there. It's good for the pacing because it's like, oh, we get some plot, we get some characters, we get some laughs, and then we get the action. Star Wars action is great stuff. They do some great stuff here. The battle, I mean, they just throw everything at you. There's like on-foot shootout sections that are just like fantastic. They have ships that are battling the AT-STs. They have ships in space. Because we kind of like got a little bit on our cast of characters, when they start dying, that's where the movie starts hitting you in the feels really hard. The droid, you've really come to enjoy Alan Tudyk's character, and he's the first one to go, and like it's a pretty brutal death. And then the rest of them, they have like their kind of like hero moments, and they're really good moments of sacrifice. They have a pilot in the movie who has a message from Jyn Erso's father. He worked for the Empire. Now he's turning sides. And what's neat is you kind of see through his actions as if he is motivated by like the idea of this Rebel Alliance, of this freedom. You see this in his few character moments before he inevitably dies at the end. But it's really cool because he goes out like a hero, and I like that it had those like little build-ups to it. Donnie Yen's character, it's really awesome. Like I said in my other review, every time you kind of get introduced to a character, they kind of have a little bit of a moment that's kind of cool, that's just for them. For his is fantastic. He's got a little joke bit, but then he encounters a bunch of stormtroopers, and he's got this staff, and he just kicks all their asses like immediately. It's a really well-filmed action scene. But what's awesome is when he was just hitting them all with the staff and everything, I couldn't help but think of Rafiki from Lion King. Like he Rafiki'd all the stormtroopers. It was great. I wanted to talk about the Darth Vader bits because I thought those were really cool. The first one is just kind of like a talky bit when when Darth Vader comes in. It's very cool. They have some really cool shots. You're looking at General Krennic, and in the background, like lighting is kind of going up. You see the silhouette of Darth Vader in the background, and there's just kind of some really cool shots like that, like of like power and menacing. The awesome part that I'm happy they didn't spoil it all in the trailers is at the very end of the movie, Vader is taking on this capital ship. He comes on with his crew, and it's just him alone in a hallway, and the rebels are trying to get the Death Star plans out. And he comes in and he just lights up his lightsaber, and he just wrecks everybody. I mean, like you got like force choking people. He's holding people up in the air, throwing them against walls. He like grabs like a bunch of their guns and throws them away, hits them all with the lightsabers. It's a great part. Something to akin that you would have seen if you played like the video game Star Wars The Force Unleashed. I really hope they do more stuff like that in episode 2 or episode 8. I'd love to see like Luke Skywalker and Rey like fight a battalion of stormtroopers and using the force powers like that, especially because we have the digital effects for that stuff now. The one thing that's really cool that I really enjoyed was how it segues this movie into the next movie. When you watch episode 4 for the first time, it's like, oh, Leia's ship is fleeing away from this big battle that just happened, but we only hear of it, they never show it. But what's really neat is about halfway through the final battle, it kind of clicked for me. I'm like, oh crap, like this is the battle that she is going to be fleeing from in episode 4. It's just kind of neat to put that together because like the movie that comes after this one in chronological order has happened before. My final thoughts on it is that I really enjoyed the movie. I think it was one of the best movies this year. Very entertaining, really enjoyable cast. I really enjoyed the direction, the script. There were some cool character moments in the movie. Definitely some like feel moments while the action was really heating up towards the end. Overall, just a really good movie. I'm happy that we're getting one every year. I mean, I feel like my inner kid is going to be enjoying this like every year. I mean, I get superhero movies every year, and now I get one Star Wars movie every year. It's a great time to be enjoying movies. Thanks for watching.